My name is Charlie Schwartz. I'm a fourth-year rabbinical student at the Jewish Theological Seminary, which is the conservative movement's rabbinical school. I love it at JTS, and I also serve as the Jewish Life Director for this college, which is the undergraduate institution here. So my wife and I do all sorts of Jewish programming. We invite over the students for Shabbat meals. We just kind of serve as an example of what it means to live a committed conservative Jewish life. Everyone said I had to go on an encounter trip. I knew several people who in previous years had been on trips, and they just came back with such amazing stories and reports and experiences that just the overall consensus among my friends, both in rabbinical school and at other institutions, was if you're in Israel, you have to go on an encounter trip. For me personally, it was actually an intense trip, as it is for a lot of people, but for me, I think for more complex reasons. Before I started rabbinical school, I served for a year and a half about in the Israeli army in a combat infantry unit. And one of the places I served, both as a soldier and later as a commander, was in El Khadr, which is one of the small Palestinian villages that Encounter visits. And so I was essentially going back to a place where I served. One of the places that Encounter goes to is called the Hope Flower School. It's this amazing school that gears its curriculum around trying to develop Palestinians as peace-loving, democratic students so they can go out into the society and really change things. So it's really based around principles of social change. Really an amazing school. I had served in a field box, and essentially a guard tower, about 200 meters away from the school. So before I went on encounter, the only way I knew this school was through essentially this thick bulletproof glass. I knew that there was a school there, I knew that students went there, but I had no other experience other than as a soldier. And the way you have to relate to people as a soldier is not as necessarily people, but as potential threats. Because even as soldiers, we knew that the vast majority of Palestinians out there are kind, peace-loving people who just want to go from point A to point B, just want to live their lives, just want to make a living essentially for their family. But the fact that they're out there, the people out there who want to harm soldiers, who want to essentially kill us, real threats, and also not threats just to us as soldiers, but also to Israelis living over the Green Line and within the Green Line, people who want to carry out terrorist attacks. We had to approach everyone with a sense of suspicion and as if they're a potential threat, because the outcome, if we didn't do that, would be catastrophic. And for me, the intensity of going back to a place that I'd served, going back to a place that I'd only seen through bulletproof glass, encountering people that I'd only seen as potential threats, was a very, very intense and eye-opening experience. For me, actually going on encounter was an intensely Zionist experience, that I was learning more about the country and the state that I love, that I care about, that I deeply care about.